guys. I know you guys are asking, what about my mini vacation? As you know, I'm here, but it doesn't stop the work that I'm doing. So, as information rolls out, we try to get it out to you guys as soon as possible. Some of the stuff that we have been presenting to you guys has already been known, but they weren't bringing you actual copies of things. So I don't have my second screen here with me. So I'm going to try to work, from this computer to show you guys some things. I've got one hooked up, and then I've got to try to share another screen. It's going to be a little more difficult. So I hope you guys bear with me as we go through this. I've received a call I guess it's still this morning. It's about to turn over to afternoon, but this morning I received a call saying that we had received some documentation from Florida related to Don Wells, and wanted to get that stuff out to you guys as much as possible. Thank you guys. Yes, I still am on my mini vacay, but I'm leaving first thing in the morning, probably about 7 a.m. As you can see, different atmosphere here out at the water. It's been really nice. I came to you guys live with my cup of tea this morning. It wasn't a cup of joe, it was a cup of tea. And I probably need to make another one because I do not have my drink with me, but I'll grab my water. So at least we have something to drink together, right? So at any rate, I had breakfast this morning, couldn't even eat all of it. So yes, Don Wells did live in, let me just pull this up if I can. So we did get some arrest records in, and I don't even know if it's letting me, it's just not. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can do this a different way. There we go. And this was his arrest record from, I don't know if you guys can see me do it as I'm moving it. Hopefully you guys can. So this was an arrest record from December 4th, 1991. And let me see if I can pull up a different thing here. Where is it? There it is. Hopefully it's. Sorry, guys. Let me see. See, it's hard for me to get this stuff on there. Hi, everybody. Thanks for coming. I got to share another screen, and it's going to make me go through these steps. So I apologize. You guys are just going to have to bear with me. This one was more serious allegations. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. Let me see. It's pulled up. So let me see if I can scroll with you guys on here. And this was victim pursuant to Article 1 of the Constitution, Marsy's Law. So if anybody doesn't know what Marsy's Law means, it basically says that they cannot disclose the person's identity, address, and anything like that under Marsy's Law. As you can see, it's heavily redacted. Are you guys being able to see this as I scroll? Just asking. I'll wait for you guys to respond. I mean, there's a little lag time. So I'm assuming that you guys can, so I'm going to keep on going. So, but this one was very interesting to me because of the statements made. It says, Wright responded to blank regarding a complaint of domestic violence. Wright met with the victim blank and witness blank. Wright observed blood coming from the victim's face and clothing. Ryder observed the blood to be coming from a cut on the bridge of the victim's nose. Ryder also noted bruising and swelling on the victim's face. Ryder photographed the victim. Let's see if I can do this. Photographed the victim's inquiries. Ryder did not observe any injury on the victim's back, although the victim did complain of back pain. Ryder requested EMS to respond to Unit 370 of Epstein. That's a weird name, huh? We know another Epstein, don't we? But the victim refused to be treated. Ryder noted no physical injury on the two minor children. Now, remember, there's two minor children in the house, but did contact HRF's abusive hotline, Vivian's report. I don't know what that means, due to the living conditions. Defendant stating that he was concerned for the children's welfare. After completing the criminal affidavit, Ryder transported the defendant to central booking. Note that Deputy K. Holtree, assisted writer, seeing the supplement has no further information. So the interview stated the defendant, her legal blank, came home drunk and they started to argue. She stated the defendant then became violent while they were in the kitchen area. Stated the defendant grabbed her throat and then her and threw her backwards against the table, stating um, she stated she ran to the bedroom, but the defendant keep going down, kicked the door in, causing her to fall backwards, stating she grabbed the baby and ran into the front room towards the front door to leave when the defendants grabbed her by her hair and threw her against the wall. She stated both her and the baby fell to the floor. Stated she called out for help and started to turn away when the defendants grabbed her hair again and threw her against the wall. Stated the defendant then punched her with a closed fist in her face between her eyes, stating she then ran to the bedroom and hid in the closet. During the fight, there was a lot of verbal yelling and threats. She did try to defend herself and pushed the defendant several times while trying to flee. She refused medical attention and had no further information. The witness stated he was in his room with the door closed when he heard the fight start. Stated he heard yelling and unknown type of banging. Mr. Riley stated that he stayed in his room until he heard his mother victim call for help. Stated when he came out, he saw the defendant grab the victim by the hair and throw her against the wall. Stated that when he ran out the back door and called the police, he had no further information. Donald N. Wells, after being advised of his rights by Deputy Holtree, admitted to punching his blank victim with his right fist in the face. Defendant Wells also stated he was concerned about his children's well-being. Defendant Wells made no further statements to Ryder. So he was in jail for 7 days. Could you guys hear that? Yeah, good. You guys could hear all that. So he actually, let me put this back up. He actually was very violent back in the 90s. He's still very violent to this day. Candace, as many of you know, was very violent. She had her children taken away. And as a matter of fact, let's see if I can prop up some of the shared photos that I have. Give me just a second. Let me look at my Windows tab. And it's sad because her daughter looks a lot like her. Her daughter looks a lot like her. Let's see if I can add this to the. Okay, let me go back here. Oh, maybe you guys can't see that. I don't know. Hold on. Yeah, I don't think you could. There he goes. So her daughter that she left 18 years ago actually looked like a lot like her. So let me see what questions you guys have. I hear my phone just going crazy. I'm not sure, Mimi, if Grandis has a history or not. I have to think she does because, I mean, she's living with Candace, her daughter, and her daughter's pretty bad. I mean, I can't imagine a parent living with a child that acts like that. So let's see. Yeah, I know, right? I'm surprised that a mother that was being assaulted would go and grab her baby, to be honest with you. That's what's concerning to me the most is why would you go grab your child when you're getting thrown against the wall? It seems like you would. I just think that was a very foolish move because if something had happened. What's this? Yeah, it was violent. It sounded like a very violent event. Yes, we heard about that. That was Olivia works very hard on these things and she does send us trailers and at first I was using them too and we collectively as a team decided that it was best that we used trailers and stuff and promoted Olivia's page so you guys can go over there and watch the videos. And then we find that people are going to Olivia's page, utilizing her videos and collecting funds on the videos that she is producing. And it's wholly unfair. And obviously, a lot of her work, it's all of her work is copyrighted material, and she has no people have no permission to use it. I mean, they can share her video on their site, but for them to use it in their own chats to raise money is, pretty, not very good. So hopefully they work it out where, they don't just give. I mean, and from what I hear is that what upset Marissa the most is Ziggy was receiving some funds, those uh, chat, the things that you guys pay, where you guys promote us and sponsor us and donate to us through the super chats and super stickers. Apparently she was getting those, and she didn't donate any of that to Olivia for her work during that video. So she, is not just merely saying and giving somebody credit, but you have under the laws, you can use clips for 15 seconds of a clip, but you can't run the whole thing. You can't run the whole 19 minutes. Like that's, and then make money off that. That's wholly improper. So I don't know what's going on with that. But I'm pretty sure that YouTube and everything will work on that together. But look at Candace's daughter. This is a daughter that she left over 18 years ago and has never tried to speak to her ever since. And so, she looks just like her. I mean, really, it's sad. And this poor girl has struggled too. I heard that not too long ago she was homeless. So, it's really sad. I hope she's able to break the cycle and doesn't go down the drugs and alcohol road that her mother went down. So, I'm going to show you guys some more stuff because I've got some text messages as well. So just give me a second. Like I said, it's going to be hit and miss with the sharing because I don't have the two screens to share. So just give me a little bit and I'll try to get some stuff up because I've got text messages and stuff. I don't really know what I'm sharing until it's shared, unfortunately. Hold on, let me try this again. Let's see what we got here. Share. So hopefully you guys are seeing that. Okay, good. You guys are. I was adopted for 6 months, put back into foster care around the age of 12, along with my brother, same a name as my biological father. I was told my biological mom was a meth head and abused us as babies. She has a record, not sure if she has one where she is now in Tennessee, but she has one or a few in Wisconsin for sure. I never met any other sibling besides my biological. I'm assuming she's referring to her brother, Andrew. I know as much as you guys. I'm sorry I can't be much help. This is her side of why my brother and I got taken from her and her records for Wisconsin. So it seems like her daughter is actually, trying to share with people her story as well. And that's from her daughter that was taken from another marriage. And, I don't know if the guy was married to Candace Bly at the time or if they were just boyfriend and girlfriend, but either way, there was a lot of drugs, violence, alcohol, similar to what Summer Wells dealt with in her home. So things have not changed in over 20 years with Candace Bly, aka Candace Wells. So it is a little concerning. And it's also concerning to me, like, why did Tennessee wait so long to get these kids out of the home? This home is obviously a very violent, drug-filled, alcohol-filled home. I don't understand how in the world these folks were able to do it. If you guys like this channel, please like, subscribe, and share. Do not keep me a secret. And if you're feeling generous, please donate to the cause. Below, you have Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal if you're gracious enough to do so. Otherwise, you guys can use super chats and super stickers as a way of donating to our cause. Thank you so much. I will be coming out with a wish list for Amazon for some of the stuff that we need. Latex gloves, water boots, the waiter gear, some other things that I hope that you guys will be able to help with as well. Let's move on. So that was one. Let's see what else we've got in here. We got a few of them, screenshots that I've got. So Candace Bly, no excuse. I was only 19 and he was 42. He was into drugs and I did not know what they were at the time. So I tried it and didn't like it. And I would told him I didn't. He kept telling me if I didn't do them, then with him, he would take you and your brother away from me. But he was very controlling person. If I didn't do something right or his way, he would berate me. I tried to leave with y'all, but we lived a long way out of town and I could never get out. Then the courts got involved and I was given a choice, either let you guys go to a family or they were going to take you. So I signed you over so y'all could have a better life and a chance to be better than I was. But I've gotten a lot better now. I haven't used in over 15 years. You do have a half sister and 3 half brothers. And even if you don't want anything to do with me, can we at least try to be friends? I really do think back to how stupid and dumb I was for everything. I know everything. I know sorry only a word. I truly mean it. If you need anything, give me a shot. So here she is asking her daughter, and must be recent, to give her a shot in the house. She's been clean and she's this good mom now. We all know that that's not true. I mean, every one of us know that's not true. We looked at the disgusting house. We've heard of the drugs and alcohol coming in and out of that house by eyewitness testimony. So she was lying to her daughter that she hadn't spoke to in over 18 years and trying to make excuses for her behavior and trying to blame this other guy for her drugs and how she's clean and sober. We all know that's a crock of crap. We all know that's a crock of crap. Let me try to catch up on your questions. Yeah. Yes, I know. We do. And I think Jonathan is working on that. If he's not, I'll make sure that he gets that message so he can start. I don't know. What is he saying? I haven't watched him. I'm trying to stay out of all the drama and the fussing back and forth. Yeah. Yeah. But the thing is that she's literally lying. We all know she's on drugs. We all know that just in October 14th, 2020, Don Wells got arrested. He violated probation on that criminal conviction when he got the DUI recently. And we got the records, we got the videos for that. And she clearly said crack man. So, they're not clean and sober. And you're not going to be with a man smoking crack and not be smoking crack yourself if you're an ex addict. And that would explain, and even people that are, that are recovering, part of that recovery is cleaning, it's cleaning your internal house as well as your physical house. And we know their house was disgusting, deplorable, had bugs, roaches, mites, and completely filled with garbage. I mean, the whole side of the mountain is littered with garbage. These people are just gross. And they haven't changed much. Even after having the boys, you would think that they would want to get them back, but they're not going to. And she's probably in another 18 years going to say the same song and dance if she's out of jail to her boys, her 3 boys now. Oh, it was your dad. Yeah, he was so much older than me. And he told me if I didn't do these drugs and didn't drink with him, he was so controlling. And, they gave me the choice, either sign you guys over, wow, that's not how it works. Anybody that's had any kind of CPS involved, that's not how it works. And many of you guys know I'm involved with, hold on a second, my backpack's about to fall. Sorry. Many of you guys know that I work with and do political activism for the county. And part of that is, funding our local foster care and CPS type stuff there. And, it is not their prime goal to take children out of homes. We're trying to find ways to get to those children before they have the need to be, taken out of the home. So, for them to give the ultimatum like that, that means they had already worked with her. She wasn't doing what she was supposed to be doing, and they had no other choice. That's what that means. She could have left. She could have gotten resources and left him and kept her kids. She chose not to. She chose to stay in the alcohol and drug addiction. She chose to let her kids suffer and abused her own children. There's many records, and you heard from Candace, which her daughter's name's Candace too. So her daughter, Candace, you heard from her own mouth that she knows for a fact that there's open cases related to the abuse perpetrated by her mom upon her and her brother. So this idea that, she was just that Candace Bly was just trying to protect her and, she wanted her to have a better life. That doesn't explain you not talking to your own children for 18 years or trying to get them back or something. I mean, she did leave Andrew, the father, the biological father of these two. She did. Why didn't she try to get her kids back then? None of it makes sense. She's a habitual liar. She's a violent criminal. She's a drug addict and she's an alcoholic. And she had a hand in the disappearance of Summer Wells, hands down. And we got these jokers on YouTube, attacking us for bringing their past to life and showing the world who these parents are of Summer Wells and questioning why they are not currently in jail. Yes. And he was found guilty, but not guilty due to mental illness. So, they have a heavy mental illness issue in their family. They have a huge sexual deviance on both sides of the family. I don't know if that stuff is hereditary or what, but it's just disgusting. These people are despicable, disgusting people. And it makes you wonder, how often was this man around Candace when Candace Bly was a little child? Maybe that's why she's so messed up. Maybe her mom chose not to do anything about it. Who knows, right? Who knows? Yes, she is. She is beautiful. And it's sad that she looks so much like her mother. And her mother used to be, as a young girl, she looked normal. Now she just looks hideous because you can see she's ugly inside and out. I really do hope her daughter, Candace, does get, breaks the cycle and does, good things with her life and doesn't fall in her mother's footsteps. It's so easy to have a lot of childhood trauma and to anesthetize yourself so you don't have to think about it versus, really dealing with it. And I hope if Candace the daughter, hasn't dealt with it yet, I do hope she does eventually deal with it. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, when I was looking at pictures of Rose, and she was much more pretty than Candace, and definitely much more pretty than that man they call a mom, Candace Harrer Grandis. I thought she was a dude. I have to be honest with you. I thought Grandis was a dude. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm taking a break. I've been out at the water. I went out to breakfast, but we did have some breaking news that I wanted to get out to you guys. And, I am kind of sitting here twiddling my thumbs a little bit. I'm working on some things, but things aren't working out the way I want them to work out on my InDesign, because I'm trying to get these pictures all posted and stuff like that. And just getting frustrating. So I figured I had some new information, might as well share with you guys. You guys are like part of the family as well. So, so we were talking about Don Wells' Florida arrest. He just walked in the house all drunk back in 1991 and just started punching his girlfriend or wife or somebody that he had children and a young baby with in the face, and blood was everywhere, and her son saw it, and it was just, he was violent then, he's violent now. He didn't have a problem of, punching her in the face and pulling her hair while she had a baby in her hand. He does not care about these children. Neither one of them do. I keep wondering why they kept any of them. Why didn't they just let them go? They were never going to be decent parents to these kids. These kids never had a chance in hell to have a decent life. And if it wasn't for Summer Wells, her brothers would still be in that environment. So she is a hero. I hope everybody thinks of her as a hero. I don't anticipate that she is going to be found alive. And it's sad to say that, but it's the truth. It's the truth. So I'm running about 15 minutes behind all these messages. So I'm getting to them. I'm reading, and I can't get to all of them, but I am reading them and trying to answer them as the best I can. Happy holidays, everybody. Happy Thursday. I hope you guys are prepared. Oh, hi, honey. I hope you're doing good. I hope you're doing good. I hope you guys are all prepared for Christmas. This report was in 1991. I mean, this guy has had 30 years of violent criminal history spread across multiple states. It is amazing to me, absolutely amazing to me, that Candace Bly, aka Candace Wells, can have this horrific, violent background, beating children on the record, having to go to jail for the violence she did to perpetrated upon her first set of kids. Obviously Don Wells, it was violent even back in 1991, walking in his house drunk and punching his girlfriend or fiance or wife in the face while she had a baby in her hand. And these people were raising Summer and 3 other boys. Those kids and CPS was involved. Those kids should have never been in that home. They should have never, ever, ever been in that home. Yes, fair use allows 15 seconds. 15 seconds. And my understanding is Ziggy played the whole tape through, so that was a violation. So just she's allowed to share it on her page, but when you share people's stuff, it goes to the community tab of the page, and you can't be monetized for somebody else's work. So when Ziggy played that entire tape in her live and collected money, that was a violation of copyright. So just to let you know, if you guys do your own, lives, just be forewarned. Like every time I have used any videos of Olivia's, I've asked her for her express permission. 90% of the times they have me in them. So, I give her express permission to utilize me, and she gives me express permission to utilize her videos. You see how that works? So Ziggy does not have that. Neither does any other YouTube creator out there have that ability, because one, it's not them and they're not the one recording it. Like Olivia has these copyrights. We even share our videos with our copyright videos with Olivia so she can produce these things. So, we are a team. So we utilize those things, and we can as a team. That fair use is only for 15 seconds. You get 15 seconds of a news clip that you can use. And that would apply here as well. So she did actually violate copyright laws by playing the entire video through on her live. So I don't know what's going to go on with that, but that again doesn't have anything to do with me. I will assist in any way I can, though. Yes, I agree with that. Grandis taught Candace a lot, and I honestly believe they know where Rose is as well. They know where Summer is, and they know where Rose is. These are some pretty bad women. This is like Thelma and Louise right here. They are pretty bad women. They do not care about human life. They have done some pretty rotten things. And I do hope that, both Rose as well as Summer get justice. Hello, hello. Yeah, we need to start digging in on her. I'm going to see what Jonathan can come up with, but she's a pretty bad chick. And, she was not even allowed to be in contact with the grandchildren, even though she lived on the property. Nobody would leave the kids with her because they don't trust her, which makes me wonder, is the reason why they don't trust her because she killed Rose, you know, and what have you. So to be honest with you, the 911 calls were owned by Molly Golightly. She's the one that purchased them. She sent those to Olivia to clean up the echoing sound. So in reality, those were Molly's, uh, recordings that she is allowing us to use. So, it's not, those weren't Olivia's. Olivia didn't purchase those. Molly and her followers purchased those recordings. So, just to make sure that that's very clear to everybody, Molly did give us permission that we can play them on our lives. I don't personally have the recordings yet. I'll have to get those and I'll be happy to play them on this one. But they did belong to Marissa. So, just to let you know. I don't know if the super chat stuff. Oh, super chat, super chat. Yeah. Oh, that's probably when I was getting. Yes, Olivia does. Olivia does. So, she's an amazing girl. She's got a digital craft and everything like that. We need to look into him too. We need to find out what happened to these kids. Either way, there was a lot of violence in this house. We know Candace was beating on Summer because we have eyewitness testimony at one of the convenience stores where she frequented a lot. And it was told to us that, she would allow the boys to get candy and would not allow Summer to get candy, which to me, that's psychological abuse, first and foremost. And then when Summer would have a fit over the boys being able to get candy, Candace would assault her, hold her hands, spank her. She came in there with a lot of bruises all over her. So this was not uncommon for Candace to do. And it's sad. Still trying to read here. Nope, we do not. I like I said, I'm going to try to get with Jonathan and see what we can find out. So yes, I think I've already put this up once. Just getting through. Thank you, Safari. Oh boy, oh boy. Yes, she does. Yes, she does. She puts a lot of work in her. Like that 19-minute clip and the 18-minute clip literally takes her hours to do. Hours just to get those two, under half hour or a little over a half hour clips out. The one was 18, one was 19, almost 20 minutes. And it takes her literally hours to do that. And she's very particular with her work. She's a perfectionist when it comes to her videos. As you can tell, she takes a lot of time and really respects her craft and works at it until she gets it perfect before she releases it. Yes, the sister does look, or the daughter does look a lot like Candace Wells does. And oh, thank you, Deborah. You're very sweet. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yes, she does look a lot like her. But again, like I said, I hope she breaks the cycle. I hope she doesn't allow her trauma, her childhood trauma, to dictate her life and put her and her children in the same position that her mother put her and her siblings in. So let's just hope that we can, oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Well, everybody's going to pick their sides here, but she can praise Olivia's work all day long, but she's allowed to have, certain time limits. She has restrictions on how she can, play certain aspects. The stuff that Olivia does is copyrighted, telling us that Olivia does great work and plays her whole entire tape through and doesn't limit it to the 15 seconds is a violation. So unfortunately, I don't know what's going on. I didn't watch the video. I'm just letting you know the truth about copyright laws and things of that nature. I'm sure she did, praise Olivia's work, but I also know that from the information that I had received, she was making money off of, by playing that, she was receiving money during the time she was playing it. And she played it all the way through. And fair use allows 15 seconds. So she, even though she praised Olivia, I don't know if she told people to go to Olivia's page. I know she did not have Olivia's express permission to play that entirely through. And Olivia's watermarking her stuff. She's starting to add disclaimers about copyright law, and by using her work, it's a violation of copyright. Very limited people like Ziggy, she makes money. You guys watch her thing. She makes a lot of money off of her YouTube channel. And if you're going to be paying or playing somebody's work, oh, thank you. I haven't gotten to you yet. Thank you. I wish I could. Jen, thank you so much. I could, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that Ziggy may have done something that wasn't appropriate. So I'm not, again, it's not me. That's between her and Olivia. So we will yeah, exactly. So I'll just say that because I don't really know what's going on. I'm just now hearing about it and I haven't looked into it. I'm just generally explaining the copyright and how that all works out. So let's see here. Yeah, everybody knows we're drama free. So we're not here to pick on anybody, and we're definitely not here to be picked on. So yeah, I think this is relevant. I think you're right. People do the mom teaches the child teaches the grandchildren, and so on and so forth. And that's what the constant cycle I'm telling you about. People have to break that when you're in a violent home. If you don't want the violence in your home, you have to leave it at the door, despite how hard it may be. For example, when I was growing up, yelling was always the thing. And if you didn't get your way, you yelled. I even find, things even now, if it doesn't go my way, I start yelling. And I got to constantly check myself on that because it was just, that's how I was raised. And it's hard to break that, after 40 something years of living life like that. So I'm still about 22 minutes behind on the messages. So I'm trying to get through them, guys. Give me just a second. Exactly. And that's one of the reasons why we're going to TBI is because, these people have perpetrated crimes across many states upon many people. And these people are still able to be out and roam and do drugs and drink every single night of their life. There's not one night that goes by that we do not hear them on some kind of live stream falling over drunk. And I don't understand that. I really just don't understand that. So yeah. Thank you. Yeah, we want to keep off the other stations and everything. Yep, it was. And can you believe that he's still doing this stuff? He just got arrested in 2020, October 14th, 2020, for violence against Candace Bly and Jose Raymond, her adulterer. So, 30 years later, it's this, he hasn't learned anything. He's still doing the same exact things. Still doing the same exact things. What's the definition of insanity? So he's insane. Me too. Me too. Not only that, the excuse, oh, we live so far out of town. I couldn't leave him. Come on. If you really wanted to leave that bad, you would have left come hell or high water to protect your children. There's a lot of great parents out there, men and women, that would pick up their children and walk out that door and never look back. So that is a crock of crap. I'm sure her daughter saw right through it. Absolutely. So it's just, yeah, I have to agree. Oh, sorry. Oh, hi, Len. But I have to agree. No more rumors in the chat. We don't want to Because what happens is when we hear rumors here and we respond, then people get upset with us and then they tell us, oh, that wasn't the true statement. That wasn't true, this, that, and the other. And we're going off of what we hear and hear without looking at it. And it just causes a trickle down effect that's a pain in the butt to deal with. And it gets us in trouble. So let's see what else we got here. I think everybody is right on about the children learn from their parents, so we can agree that Grandis is probably a real POS. So we can agree on that. But we do. I would like to, get the paperwork on Grandis as well. We need to find out where she was. Where what state she's lived in. She's older, so there's probably not a lot of early on records. They didn't keep records like they do these days. Even back in the 70s and 80s, you can get those records pretty easily. But if you're going back to the 50s and 60s, those records, there's been buildings burnt, water, there's all kinds of stuff. A lot of the stuff didn't go over, move over to computers, or they're on that fish film stuff, and nobody's really looked at it, so it's never been really updated. I mean, there's a lot of things that go on with these records. Um, his father, because I believe Rose had contacted him until she disappeared. I still think there's something going on. I think Candace Bly and Candace Harrer, grandma and sister, had something could have potentially had something to do with this. We have to look at all the relevant information. We got to look at everybody because I mean everybody's a suspect in a case like this. And that's sad because children are suffering because of it. Children are suffering because of it. Still getting through all these. Sorry, guys, I'm behind a little bit. We're catching up a little bit, but I'm still 20 minutes behind. Yes, but this actually, we're just discussing it. This was actually his Don Wells, Florida record that we put out. We're just discussing as part of a natural conversation with some of the comments in here about Candace's record and some recent text messages that her daughter Candace has posted. So yes, we do understand that. We all know that, but mainstream media was discussing that she only had a minor domestic violence charge she was convicted of in Wisconsin. It was never brought out by mainstream media that she was actually charged multiple times for the abuse perpetrated upon her children. So, and I am part of Summer's community, just to let you know, Aubrey. You guys want to start missing children? So many out there. To be honest with you, we kind of go wherever our audience takes us. So, we we were on TikTok and they wanted us to go out and follow up on the Kylan Schulte and Crystal Turner, and her family reached out to us. Crystal's family reached out to us and started talking to us about Crystal and Crystal's life and, Kylan, their marriage and all this other stuff. So we went out there. TikTok sponsored that for us to all go out there. And then with Summer Wells, as you guys know, YouTube sponsored that. YouTube followers and everybody else sponsored that trip for us. So we don't really pick and choose the cases that we choose. We will go if we have the ability to go to help out these cases. But, right now we still have Kylan Schulte and Crystal Turner open. We still have the Gabby Petito Brian Laundrie case still open. We want to get all the documents from that so we can bring everything to you guys to finalize that one out. Kathleen Moore and Colin Knapp kind of has sizzled down so much so, we were planning on still going to his court hearings and bringing all that stuff to you. And then now we have Summer Wells and Rosemary Bly, which we're going back to Tennessee and most likely going to be taking a trip to Wisconsin if we can get enough cooperation in Wisconsin to do so. So we are. Yeah, I think so. And just for those that need to know, I just kicked Aubrey out. She seems like she's an instigator in here. And no, and I never said this was the only thing that we were breaking is the actual physical record of Don Wells in Florida from 1991. All this other information is information we've had for a while, but Aubrey just seemed like she was instigating. So I had to remove her. If she wants to reach out to me at bullhornbetty@gmail.com to have her reinstated, I'm happy to do so. Once her and I have a discussion on her, what she's allowed to do in here and what she's not allowed to do in here. So, Juicy Chica, if you would like to tell her, I'm happy to have a conversation with her. I am. She can reach out to me on Bullhorn Betty and we'll have that discussion, but I can't have her in here instigating. She obviously came in here throughout half of this. The only breaking news that we were bringing was the Florida record of Don Wells. The stuff related to Candace, of course, has been out there for a while. But for her to make sure that she wants me to know I didn't break, you don't do that on my channel. People here come here to listen. And if you go back and read the description, I'm sure it's self-explanatory. So just let her know that we will have a discussion. Happy to have a discussion with her about putting her back on, unblocking her from this channel. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you, Penny. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Let's see what we got here. What? Yes. Well, we already knew she was on drugs. We knew both of them are on drugs. We got the police CDs that they were talking about the crack man. So clearly they're utilizing crack cocaine among other drugs. Yes, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. If you love this channel, please don't keep me a secret. I pray to God she doesn't. That woman does not deserve to breed ever, ever, ever again. She's had 2 sets of children taken away. Third time's not a charm. Just keep your legs closed or get your stuff taken out. Like, seriously, you do not need to have any more children. You don't know how to raise children. You don't know how to treat children. You deserve to be in prison, not having more babies. That's for damn sure. Yeah, we're looking into this. We did hear this, but we have not been able to corroborate this. If you guys can corroborate this for me, please send it back to me. But we have had, people come up, but we like corroborating evidence. So that means if this happened, we want to see reports stating it happened. We want evidence proving that this happened so we know we're not passing around gossip. Sometimes I say this is my opinion and let you guys know that. But when it comes to something like this, we definitely want to have this corroborated and we want to have the evidence. So when we say it, we can bring it to you. I have not received, we've heard about it. I can acknowledge that, but I have no evidence to say whether it's true or not. So it seems like you guys like Aubrey, and I'm happy to bring her back on. I did block her because she was to me felt very antagonistic. So maybe you guys can send me an email and give me a little bit of background on her so I can make a determination for myself whether I want her on this channel or not. I don't understand why she was being so abrasive to me. Let me know. Yeah. Well, they know how children are created. Like, I can understand you having an oops once, but four, and then you're trying to give away your baby girl because nobody wants her. I mean, and the only reason you didn't give her away is because the lady wouldn't pay you the money that you were asking for. It's insanity. It's insanity. Yes, this is absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Oh, I believe that. I don't. I've Ziggy's been always very nice to me. I don't think she ever intended to do anything wrong. I don't think she ever intends to do anything wrong. I mean, God bless her. She's probably one of the most, um, you know, she deals with a lot, and she keeps that nice, cool head on her. I mean, I don't think she did anything intentionally either. I just, whatever happened, happened. And that's between her and Olivia and her and Marissa, because at the end of the day, if those were the 911 calls, those were owned by Molly Golightly and prepared by Olivia. That's between all of them. And, I have no idea what happened. And, but again, I'm not getting into it. So I do believe Ziggy is a nice person. She's talked to me on the phone. She's very sweet, but there's just something going on right now on YouTube, with YouTube creators and stuff like that. So it's just, I just want to make sure that we stay out of whatever it is. I don't want to get, I've already got enough enemies out there that I don't even know, let alone getting enemies that I do know, right? So, all right, guys, I'm trying to get through here because I'm going to tighten this up because I am going to be just taking a break. Uh, yeah. Oh, good. We all need to be with our in-laws and our family. And I'll be working on Christmas, so I might go live. I may not go live. So if you guys can tune in or not tune in, that's okay. I don't really have a lot going on that day. I was supposed to be hanging out with some family. My mom's actually going out of town to see my older sister and I keep saying grandson, my nephew. And so I'm just going to work. I've got a dinner party with my cousin, and that's about it for me. That's about it for me. I'm still getting through all this stuff. Oh yeah, and then we read some other places that, and I don't know how true this is either. So I want to make sure I disclose that. I don't know if this is accurate, factual, or anything else. It's just what I'm hearing, and it's that Don Wells is being charged with 7 sexual assault allegations in a different state. And Candace is actually talking about leaving him or getting the heck out of Dodge. I hope she doesn't leave the state of Tennessee, especially with an active case for her own daughter. She seems to be more concerned about these sexual assault allegations than she does about finding her own daughter, which is a little concerning for me. But they're it looks like they're breaking down. It looks like the family dynamic is breaking down, and that is what we want to do. We want to break down the that family dynamic so somebody starts squawking. We need people singing like birds right now. It's been 6 months since Summer has disappeared, over 6 months since Summer has disappeared, and we need to find her. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Mm. Mm. Yeah. Let's keep going. I'm trying to get through these. Oh, yes. For summer, there's purple hearts. I know you guys can't see them on your end because you only see black and white, but if you guys go through the chat, you'll see them. It's purple. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I don't know if all 7 charges are theirs or not. I really don't. I'm not sure. He's doing a lot of record requests in multiple states and multiple counties and multiple cities. He's taken a deep dive into them, and as the information becomes available, he's passing them off to the team. So that's where we're getting. Yeah, so that's what he does. We go to the horse's mouth. We don't really look on other people's pages for information. We go straight to, oh, Jen, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I mailed up. Okay, hold on a second. The only way I can do this stuff is actually going to this through my, I didn't realize this, but you have to use your cell phone to quickly add moderators. So give me just a second. Turn this down. Let me find you. But it'll only let me go so far in the chat. Jen, can you post something real quick right now for me in the chat? Jen, if you're still here, can you post something in the chat real quick for me so I can add you? I can only do it for my cell phone, and it won't let me go that far up to find you. I'm going to sit here and wait just for a few more minutes. Still waiting. Well, Jen, if you can hear me, I will add you just as soon as you tap on something else because I can't do that right at the moment. Good morning, everyone. I know, Trina. I know. I hear you. I see your post. I'm trying to find. Just crazy. Not sure why you're not a moderator either. There we go. Okay. Safari Dream, I did not. Somebody gave me their code to their Peacock channel, and I didn't get a chance to look at it yet. And I was meaning to, and then now I'm here, and so I will. I'll probably do that. I'll probably do that on. There you go. There you go, Precious Chaos. I know we've been chatting about it. Now that I'm getting more familiar with this whole system, it's being easier to add people as moderators as needed. But I was going to add Jen, but Jen needs to send me a message because I can only add her on the cell phone, and it won't let me add. I wish the cell phones and the computer acted the same exact way, but they don't. Hi, everybody. Hi. I'm going to just go ahead and skip down if you guys have any other questions, because I was just thank you. Thank you so much. If I missed some of your questions, I really do apologize about that. Aw. Yeah, well, I didn't know how to add people without their email address, and my friends told me that I can do it from my phone. So I have to put the pull the live up in my phone. So I'm glad I made you cry. I hope there are tears of joy. You might regret having that. Might regret having that. All right, guys. Well, listen, I'm going to wind it down. We're at the top of an hour, and it's been great. We just wanted to get you guys that information, real solid information that Don Wells was an abuser, a violent abuser back in 1991, and he's still a violent abuser to this day. It is really sad, a sad state of affairs that we do have. With this whole family dynamic, they're horrible people. They don't deserve our sympathy. They don't. They just don't. They don't deserve our sympathy. They deserve to be in jail, and that's what we're doing. Oh, and that brings me back. You guys remember, for those of you that are just coming on and don't know, we're doing a massive mail campaign. Don Wells is going to court for his DUI, his violation of probation, and then, of course, the charges, that he violated, probation for on February 7th, 2022. And we have a huge mail campaign that's going to the prosecutor as well as the judge. If you guys want to go to my community tab, scroll down, it'll say hashtag justice for Summer Wells. Under that, it'll say gloves are off. Under that, it'll say letter to prosecutor and judge. You can cut and paste that right onto a Word document, sign it, and send it in. It'll cost you, got to send one to the prosecutor and one to the judge, 2 separate addresses. So it'll be 4 sheets of paper, 2 envelopes, and 2 postage stamps. So I really hope that you guys do your part to help Summer Wells. This doesn't have anything to do with the actual charges for her disappearance or anything like that, but it will help get this violent criminal, her father, Don Wells, off the streets and behind bars and locked away where he deserves to be right now. So, all right, guys. Well, I love you. God bless. I want you guys all to have a Merry Christmas. And I will probably go live sometime tomorrow afternoon just to tell you guys again that we're thinking of you. And hopefully we can just say Merry Christmas, have a cup of Joe, just spend a few minutes with each other before we visit with our family. And remember, if you're having problems with your family or family members, please pick up the phone and call them. Tomorrow's never promised, and regret lasts a long, long time. So we don't want to be there. People can't see those. Those are all purple hearts. We are very blessed to be here. We're very blessed to have woke up on this side of the dirt. And, that's not for everybody. So please just hold your family a little tighter this holiday and know that we are fighting. We are Summer Wells's army. We are the people fighting for her when her parents are not. All right, guys, I love you and God bless.